passengers and taxpayers, and this programme confirms our belief that franchising is the right way to do it.
People living in York are being asked to give their views on
the original verdicts of accidental death were quashed after major mistakes and cover-ups by South Yorkshire Police were exposed.
CCTV footage has been released showing North Yorkshire's new Chief Constable chasing down a suspect just after starting his new job. The man ran away after being stopped by police about an alleged assault in Richmond Town Centre. Dave Jones was less than an hour into his first shift as Chief Constable when he joined the chase. The man was arrested and later released on bail.
The government has defended its decision to re-privatise the East Coast Main Line in a parliamentary debate. The track links the north with London and runs through York, Leeds and Doncaster. Yorkshire's Labour MPs have called for the line to remain in the public sector. They argue that customer satisfaction is at a record high and the service is making millions in profit for taxpayers. But the Transport Minister says it must go to a private company.
The programme that we announced is the right one. We want to secure the best possible rail services for both passengers and taxpayers, and this programme confirms our belief that franchising is the right way to do it.
People living in York are being asked to give their views on controversial plans for thousands of new homes on green spaces across the city.
The council wants to build on more than 60 sites over the next 15 years because of what it calls a potential housing crisis. But there's plenty of opposition. We'll hear from the Deputy Leader in a moment, but first here's Spencer Stokes.
This could be one of the last crops to be harvested from this field in Cotmanthorpe. In place of carrots, up to 600 homes. The details are laid out in the York Plan, which deals with development in the city over the next 15 years. But it's a plan many current residents don't like.
We were dismayed. We weren't consulted and we were dismayed. We believe that we've got some viable plans which are coming to fruition in the next few months, and we believe that will be a sustainable future for Cotmanthorpe rather than the overwhelming flood of housing that is proposed under this local plan.
York's population has grown hugely in recent years and the council says that growth is forecast to continue. So in the future, residents may end up living here or at numerous other new sites across the city. In total, there are 62 housing locations to soak up an expected 40,000 extra people over 15 years. The largest development would be a new village at Winthorpe. It'd have 5,500 houses. Clifton Moor could see 4,000 homes and Haxby 747. There could also be a host of smaller developments like this one off the Tadcaster Road, where some homes are council houses. Dave Flack has moved in and is glad building on the former brownfield site took place.
You know, there's people crying out for houses that can't get them. I have 5 kids, so we needed to upsize the house and the council offered us this house, so we took it up. So we're very fortunate.
Others are less impressed. Elizabeth Tomlinson has watched the development grow and has noticed there's something lacking.
I've realised that there is no school, no medical facilities, no clinic, not even a post box, not a local shop. Tesco's are going to do very well out of this.
The consultation on the York Plan will last for 8 weeks. For the council, it's a balancing act. Provide new homes, encourage economic growth, but that may mean losing some views like this that have made the city such a popular place to live. Spencer Stokes, BBC Look North, York.
We're joined now by the Deputy Leader of York Council, Tracey Simpson-Laing. Isn't that the point, really? The infrastructure of York can't cope with what it's got now. How on earth can you cope with 22,000 homes in the future?
OK, so when you have new developments, you actually get something called 106 agreements and community levy infrastructure funds, and they can actually help you with the infrastructure. We won't get the infrastructure without the development.
So you can widen roads just like that, in other words,
and get the money
build
to help.
schools and build hospitals, etc.
Yeah, when someone puts a planning application in, when it gets to a certain size, you have to put money into education, play areas, open space, you know, doctors if needs be, if it's a big, large-scale development. That's actually in planning law.
It is the sheer scale of this development that is causing so much concern. It's not just the 20,000 new homes, 2,000 acres of greenbelt being concreted over. it's no surprise that people are so worried about this.
Well, it's actually only 1.8% more than the previous local development framework plan that was due to be submitted by the previous administration. But what we've got happening in York is we've got a growth of the over 65s by 40% by 2020, the over 85s by 60% by 2020, and over 30% of people living by themselves, either divorced, single, widowed. So we need more houses for our young people.
How would you sell this, do you think, to the people of York, who are probably a little bit sceptical, to say the least?
Well, a lot of people have actually been talking to us over the years saying they need homes. They need homes for their family. They've got adult children in relationships living in their own homes with them.
But is it more jobs? Can you say, well, at least we're going to be able to create 20,000 new jobs as well?
Well, that's part of the local plan. I mean, lots of the media has been basically looking at the housing side of it. It's also about economic growth, about new businesses. In the last few years, we've got new businesses coming to York, we've got Hiscox coming, other people, and this is all part of the plan.
All local authorities are going through their local plans at the moment. Our others seem to be managing better. They're still delivering, but they're not ploughing through Greenbelt, and the figures are nowhere near as high as they are in York. Why is that?
Well, York doesn't have the large amounts of brownfield sites like places like Leeds, Wakefield and Bradford have. And we are developing those brownfield sites. They are coming forward. Some of them, like York Central, have been difficult over the years, but we hope they will come forward in the next few years. But, some Greenbelt has always been in this plan, the previous plan and the plan before that. That's recognised that will be needed.
Tracey, thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. Before 7 o'clock.
A newcomer at Harewood House. Meet the baby penguin, who's become quite the centre of attention at one of Yorkshire's most popular stately homes.
And join us in a few moments' time, where the excitement of cricket at Scarborough is just too much for some people.